Yeah, he's in the big main event at the Royal Rumble. Now it's a four-way, Kurt. I don't know if you saw that with
Oh, I didn't. Who's that in the match?
Randy, yeah, LA Knight, Randy, AJ, and Roman. Okay,
Nice, nice.
there you
Yeah,
go.
the good one.
Yeah, yep. Well, listen, you made some news recently where you stated that if it wasn't for Brock Lesnar, you were scheduled to win the Royal Rumble. Speaking of Rumbles,
I wouldn't say if it wasn't for Brock Lesnar doesn't write the script, but at the
sure,
same
true.
time, anybody that's been in the back knows people can be very influential. And I'm not going to say I was guaranteed to win because anybody that's wrestled in WWE, nothing's guaranteed. I had a United States title that I was supposed to keep. I lost it, Me and Randy were supposed to turn on each other. We didn't. A lot of things are told to you and don't happen, and other things happen. But yes, at one point, I was told it was a possibility that I might win the Rumble. And that I was going to do a triangle to Brock and this and that. And when Brock came in the back, and Brock is Brock. I have no hard feelings. He just did the job to Bobby. He goes, hey, you guys got to do business for me. I did good business for Bobby. I'm going to do good business for me. And we're like, all right, what are you going to do? And everybody was like, okay. And that's what we did. We fed in and we did our jobs.
All right. Well, you're no stranger to heat between Goldberg and others. Why do you think that was?
You know what? I think it's because I came from the world of mixed martial arts. And even if you hear what fighters say to each other to get ticket sales, it's ruthless. Even if you heard Dylan Dan is talking to Jake or Logan Paul for their boxing match, he was bringing up girl, this, that, and the other thing. And just the fight game's ruthless. And honestly, I feel like I'm not that ruthless, but, I'll talk some trash there and there. And I did. And in professional wrestling, unfortunately, it's confusing to me because I would think, because we do what we do, it's kind of a work, that people would be more flexible with it. But instead, they take stuff way more personal. And every time I open my mouth, somebody takes something personal. I swear.
You know what, Matt? You're just like me. You're a clickbait. That's what it is.
It's brutal. But at the same time, it's like, it's weird because at the same time, it's like, oh, it's brutal, but at the same time, it's valuable, because anything I do gets attention. Anything I do has eyes.
True.
For better or worse,
Yeah, it makes the headlines, Matt. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Any of those situations where maybe after you said something, you were like, damn it, I probably shouldn't have said that or tried.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a difference between saying it to your friend, saying it to somebody, a family member, and then saying it to, the world, because you got to realize the people that know me know what I mean or know my sense of humor or what have you. Well, other people that don't know me, like, I'll tell you this, Randy, before he knew me and he met me, he hated me. He was like,
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, he's like, got fired. Like, he hated me. And then once he got to know me, we became pretty good friends, Right. And he goes on with others. Even, I would even say me and, Bill Goldberg, we had our heat. And then we were stuck on a plane together coming back from Saudi. And, we bumped shoulders a couple times, and I wouldn't say we're the best of friends, but I think we are on a better field now.
A little more understanding.
Yeah, and that's the thing, in wrestling, you're going to have to work with people, and like we had walk a fine line of talking trash and getting heat and stirring the thing, because that's the thing we do. We're trying to make you feel something. We're trying to make you entertained. We want you to think it's real. So, like, that's kind of where I try to blur the line. And unfortunately, sometimes I blur the line too much,
Yeah, it's not blurred anymore. They just don't like you. So there you go. Hey, listen, you talked about it when you jumped on the show, and you would be involved with the Bloodline, wrestled Roman Reigns in one of his rare TV title defenses. So you get Seth Rollins, the fight pit match with Daniel Cormier. I mean, what are some of your favorite memories of those experiences I just talked about?
Well, the fight pit with Daniel Cormier, I would say that fight pit was 10 times the fight pit. It was 10 times the size of the fight pit we used, Kurt. I don't know. This thing was like 30. I swear. The one we were in, I did a backflip off of, no problem. The one we did in Philadelphia, that thing was terrifying. That thing must have been 20 feet, 25 feet off the ground. Like,
it was crap.
And then, like, but it was.
Why they use a different cage? Why they use a different pit?
cage. They souped it up. And then, but like the crazy thing about being in matches like that, even being like in Money in the Bank at TLC in Las Vegas, climbing up a 15-foot, 20-foot ladder and doing a backflip off it onto 10 people, or doing an RKO off the top, it's or even jumping off the fight pit in Philadelphia, or even in NXT doing flips and like those are some of the craziest memories, and like those are memories I'm gonna have, and when I watch back when I'm a little older and be like, what was I thinking? Because I do the same thing when I watch my fights. When I watch my old UFC fights, I was like, I'll block a head kick and it was so hard. I'm like, oh, like if that would have.
You can feel it even on the TV, right?
Yeah. So, but those are just special moments. And then I'd say my favorite moment on the main roster, if I had to pick one, has to be when me and Randy retained the tag team championships at WrestleMania. That audience, when we both G'd them up and the whole crowd's roaring because they want those RKOs, and then they're taken away, but then we get them back with the springboard RKO and he catches Gable out of a diving headbutt. It was it's a magical moment, at least for me. I got a plaque over there on the wall from it. It was pretty bad. So so for me, that was probably the end all be. That was the peak for sure.
Listen, I have people coming up to me constantly asking me for advice, whether it be about their in-ring game, coaching tips, or how to make the perfect Lost in Space face. Well, none of that matters right now, because I'm here to fill you in on how to help you immediately with one of my all-time favorite activities, sex. Yes, sex. If you want to have better sex, but erectile dysfunction is getting in the way, look no further than HIMS. Believe it or not, millions of men deal with the hardships of ED. But with HIMS, there's a simpler, affordable way to get treated for ED. So you could just get your groove back in the bedroom at a cost you desire. HIMS is changing men's healthcare by providing access to affordable and discreet sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. HIMS provides access to clinically proven generic alternatives to Viagra and Cialis up to 95% cheaper, with options as low as $2 per dose. The process is simple and 100% online. No uncomfortable doctor visits. Answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you for free and in discreet packaging. No insurance needed. Pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/angle. That's HIMS.com/angle for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/angle. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.